What is going on with y'all, man? It's your boy Blue Jay Tay, and I am back again with another mental health check-in, episode 10. And there's a couple things I want to talk about tonight. It's a couple things that's on my mind. And, we pretty much gonna get right into it, for sure. What is going on? What is going on? What is going on with everybody? Hope y'all having a blessed night. Hope y'all feeling right. It's a good Monday. I'm feeling amazing. Had a good day. Went to the gym, took care of my business, and now I'm going live with y'all, man. So, I can't complain at all. For sure. I can't complain. Sure. What's going on? What's going on? How y'all feeling, man? But the one thing I wanted to talk to about tonight is just the concept of just seeking wisdom in everything that you do. Oftentimes when it comes to getting inspired, just like to even make the videos that I make for you guys, is just I always seek inspiration. I always try to be a student. I try to learn. I try to put myself in a position to expand mentally, so that I can just have different viewpoints on life. I understand that I don't know everything. I'm not bigger than anybody. And I feel like in a sense, we should all think this way, just allowing ourselves to always be students, even though, we're all grown adults. But I heard this saying, and I want to share it with y'all because it really stood out to me. And it's very, very special. But the saying goes, whatever it costs you to get wisdom will always be less expensive than what it costs you not to get it. And I'm going to say it one more time. Whatever it costs you to get wisdom will always be less expensive than what it would cost you not to get it. And what I took from this saying is just the very fact that there's a price to pay for everything, Putting ourselves in a position to acquire some form of knowledge is always going to work in our favor in the long run, but it would cost you way more if you decided to be oblivious and ignorant to the things that you should pay very close attention to. And this is just a little side note. I forgot to put my phone on airplane, or not airplane, but D&D. So if it shut me off live, I'll join back again. But back to the saying, that's something that really stood out to me. And truth be told, a lot of people don't really take into consideration how important it is to always just be a student, to want to just acquire some form of knowledge or some form of wisdom that you can use to help further advance your life. Like I said before, I know that I'm not bigger and I'm not better than anybody, so I'm always willing to learn. There's been dozens of times on my channel where somebody may have shared something with me and I may have been enlightened on certain concepts, and I just took it in like the human being I am. I know that I'm not perfect. I know that I make mistakes, and I know that I can learn something. So just that saying that I said earlier was something that really stood out to me. And I want to talk to y'all about it. I'm going to wait a little bit until a few more people join, but I definitely want to get deep into that as soon as we can get deep into it, man. For sure. But wisdom and understanding in everything that we do should always be the priority. You always should want to put yourself in a position to seek, whether it's inspiration or just knowledge in general, just that form of wisdom that you can get from just growing is always going to help further advance your life. That's why I really love speaking to older people like my uncles or my grandparents or my granddad, just simply because you just learn so much from people that are much wiser than you. People that have been on this earth, 30, 40 years longer than you may have been on this earth. For sure. But I just feel like if this is something that you do every day, you'll realize how quickly your life will change. You don't even have to really fake it or do too much. but just putting yourself in a position to want to learn, to want to grow, I feel like that's the key to so much. You have to be open to life. You have to be open to growth and new experiences for them to even really come into your life. You know, so many people close off the opportunities that they may, be, let's just say open to, simply because of their perspective, them being closed minded, them not necessarily wanting to get put in a position where they're out of their comfort zone. But comfort is something that will always, hinder growth and kill your dreams. So I try to stay away from being comfortable for sure. But what's going on with y'all? How you doing? What's going on, Blue? Nobody in the chat yet. I went live yesterday. The reason why I'm going back live today too, because they were like, man, I missed the live. Go again, bro. Go again. So, I'm here again, man. I used to do these a couple months ago. I used to do them like I think every week, once a week at least. And it was like mental health check-ins where people would just come and they can just express whatever's going on throughout their week or throughout their day. And we just chop it up for a little bit. They ask me personal questions. I may give my viewpoints on certain things and they may give their viewpoints, but it's like a safe space for everybody to speak freely and just come together. And that's just what I want it to be about. I don't want it to be about me necessarily being in a position where I'm like above anybody. I'm just like, everybody else. I'm a human, and I want us to all relate on that level. So, and you'd be surprised how many people don't really have somebody to talk to, have somebody to go to in times where they may need to vent or need to open up about certain things. And, I personally went through this experience myself because, growing up, I was always closed off to the concept or the idea of putting myself around new people, just simply because I had this negative viewpoint on what people were capable of. But, at some point you have to learn to not judge people, and you have to learn that not everybody is the same. Not everybody is out to hurt you. Not everybody has ill intentions. And that's just something that you just have to take into account. 100%. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, and if y'all got any video topics that y'all want me to touch bases on, this is just a little side note. Anybody that may join later, y'all could always drop a comment. I used to do this when I first started my channel roughly a year ago. People used to tell me, bro, can you make a video on this, or can you make a video on that, or just give your opinion on certain topics. And, I would always do it, if I could relate to it. If it's something that I personally never witnessed or been through, then I may not speak on it because, I'm not qualified to do so. But for the majority of things, I'll probably have my fair share of it. I probably went through something, witnessed an experience, or learned something along the way. So I always give that type of feedback, but that's just the way it goes, man. Hey, what's going on? I forgot how to say your name again, but what's going on, bro? I've been great. I've been very blessed. You know me. Can never complain. Never complain, man. I'm doing well. How you doing, though? What's going on with you? What's been on your mind? Talk to me, man. Talk to me. And if you still in here, I'm gonna share this with you because I think you're the only one in here right now. But it's something that I spoke about a little earlier, and I do want people to hear this because it stood out to me. It's something that I would consider it very deep, but it's the concept of always seeking wisdom and knowledge in everything that we do. I touched up on it briefly earlier, but I'll share it with you. But the quote is, whatever it costs you to get wisdom will always be less expensive than what it costs you not to get it. And I'm going to say that one more time. But whatever it costs you to get wisdom or to acquire this form of knowledge will always be less expensive than what it would cost you not to get it. And this quote is just so powerful to me because it really emphasizes the importance of putting yourself in a position to learn, putting yourself in a position to be familiarized with certain things that could help improve the overall quality of your life. And in the long run, if we allow ourselves to be ignorant or to ignore certain things that we should be taking in, there are consequences to that. And a lot of us have been put in a position where, we've done this. We may have overlooked things that we should have took in and really use and applied to our life. So, there's consequences and repercussions to almost everything. We have to start making way more calculated moves. That's why I said earlier, I really love speaking to older people that have the wisdom and the experience and really just the time that, it allows me to not have to make those same mistakes. So I'm always out here seeking wisdom. I'm always out here trying to put certain pieces of the puzzle together for my life so that I can get a clearer understanding of how to expand and to grow. There's so many different forms of growth. There's financial, there's spiritual, there's mental, and all of our aspects of life can be fully enhanced by these different variations of growth. And this is just what, you just have to take into account. That's why I feel like it's very important to be well balanced. It's very important to put yourself in a position to want to expand in every area of your life. Every area. That's why when you go to the gym, you don't just work on one body part for a year straight. You don't just do curls for a year straight and consider yourself fit or athletic, whatever you want to call it. You have to work on different parts of your body because it's an entire makeup. It's an entire system that needs to be built up into your greater version. So for sure. And you said, good to hear that. That's a good message. I agree. Yeah, man, I literally just heard that. I just heard it probably 30 minutes ago. And I was like, I got to share this with them. I was like, I have to share this with them because it's so powerful. I know I probably won't remember to make an actual video on it. So I had to get on live and just touch bases. I haven't really been consistent with the live because I've been doing other things, but it definitely is a good message. And I feel like at all times in our lives, we have to always remain students. A lot of people don't really understand that concept. Like my mom, for example, she's someone who is just so set forth on her own personal experiences and what she learned that she doesn't even take into account things that may actually be factual or not. She strictly goes based on her experiences and what she believes is right. And that's hindered her growth in a lot of times of her life. But, she's fully aware of it. And, that's the important part. Just understanding your weaknesses and your flaws and being able to capitalize on them in times that you definitely can capitalize on them. But what y'all been on, man? What y'all been on? Everybody good? I really just been taking care of so much business. I've been trying to push out my videos and stuff, but this will never stop. I told y'all when I started a while ago that we here and we locked in. So yeah, man. But recently I've been kind of faced with this version of success that it's kind of been questionable, and I'll get into it, to give you guys a better understanding. But for starters, success is just so many different things, and it's not the same to each, person. It's subjective. It's something that, it totally depends on your viewpoint and what you've been through. Success for somebody like me that was raised in poverty may be me acquiring a house, or being able to live on my own and do my thing. But for the next person that was raised in a family where all of those things weren't, a big deal, it may not matter to them. Success may be having billions of dollars or whatever you want to call it. So I've kind of been in a position recently where, I came to terms with myself, and I feel like I understand the importance of taking a step back. Because oftentimes in life, we get so fixated on trying to acquire this form of success that we may want to desire, or we desire, and it can consume our mind because we're steady grinding and we're steady working, trying to make this come into light for us. But if you move too fast, you can definitely put yourself in a position to jeopardize not only your true happiness and peace, but everything that you've worked for thus far. So I'll say that to say that recently, man, I really want to emphasize the importance of just taking a step back sometimes. And I know a lot of the times we think that having to remove yourself or revisit a past version of yourself is backtracking, but in reality, you have to do what you have to do to further advance. It may seem like that to the people looking from the outside in that don't really know you, but you may know that in order for you to, fully grow and expand, you need to make certain sacrifices right now. And you may have to do that backtracking for a little bit. That's why when I moved to Houston roughly 5 months ago or whatever happened, I went out there with this idea of me wanting, to just be at peace and in my own solitude. And I ended up moving back to California. And when I came back, I realized that, it's okay. It's okay for something not to go right. It's okay for you to not get the result that you want and then make adjustments along the way. But the important thing about life is just the fact that you just cannot stay stagnant for too long. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter if you're a content creator. The whole version of stagnation and just being stuck in one place for too long and getting comfortable will always be your downfall. So I always try to put myself in a position where, I'm able to grow and expand in different versions of my life, because I understand how comfort can really hinder your growth in the long run. It happens to everybody. It happens sometimes when I may be working out and, I'm kind of stuck in that type of mindset, and, I have to switch it up and do something different, and, it just happens. But how y'all doing, man? What y'all got going on? How many people? 3 in here? I think I got to be a little more consistent, for sure. It used to be a pretty good amount of people that used to join, but over time, that's what happens when you're a little bit inconsistent. Then things just start to get bumpy. But that's why I feel like it's important for you to understand your direction in life and where you're headed, because even through times of inconsistency, it shouldn't discourage you, or it shouldn't stop you from pushing what you have going on. You got to always stay focused. You got to always stay emotionally grounded. That's very important just in life in general, just always making sure that you're coming to terms with where it is that you want to go and the direction that you're headed in. Because if not, then life will take its course and you'll just be drifting with the wind, You can't do that. And another thing that I'm gonna be doing too, I want to do just because and I don't even want nothing in return, obviously, but I have so much merch for my brand that I have not dropped or sold. I just haven't. And I want to do a giveaway to, you guys, the people that actually support me and that's been here. I want to do a little giveaway. I have, some hoodies. I got some shirts and stuff that, I'll just send y'all just for showing support. I don't ask for this, but I'm very blessed and I'm very thankful. And if I'm in a position where I can give back, then, I'll openly do that. But I'm also going to make a video. It's going to be a different type of video soon. And I'm just going to be going out and giving a bunch of those clothes to the homeless people. I'm going to just put a lot of it in my car, maybe like 30 different shirts and hoodies. And I'm going to just be recording myself, not the actual homeless people, because it's not consensual probably, but I'm gonna just record myself and I'm gonna leave the camera in my car and I'm gonna just do what I need to do to try to give back to the community the best way I can. You know what I'm saying? Just because there's a lot of people that are in serious need, especially at times like this where they may not even have it. you know I know that small act of kindness may not be a big deal to somebody in that position, but you don't really focus on how much of an impact you can have on people. You focus on just you doing your part and letting God do the rest. You know what I'm saying? He said that's so true. Staying consistent is hard, though, in all areas of life. Yeah, it really is. Consistency is often overlooked because, like, I'm telling you, just it's so easy to get sucked in this trap of just comfort. It's so easy to just allow life to just kind of just take over you. People got kids, people got families, people got, girlfriends and husbands, anything could happen. So, and they all relate to like your comfort zone, things that you're familiar with. And this form of familiarity is something that can impact your life dramatically if you allow it to. So, you know, I think it's always important to put yourself in a position to just get out of that comfort zone. We always got to be consistent, of course, but the switch up is going to do a lot more for you mentally in the long run than anything else, for sure. 100% agree. Yeah. But man, like, truthfully, and this is just like a little side note, but the way that I view life, and it's kind of just like a little rant, it's a mental health check-in for anybody. If y'all going through something, for y'all people who don't know, drop it in the comments. We can talk about it. I got a Discord where you can speak freely and openly without feeling like you're being judged, because like I said earlier, I know how it is to be put in a position where you may not have anybody to talk to. I'm somebody that for a long time of my life, I wasn't really open to new friendships. And, when you bottle everything up, at some point, it's going to need to be let out. So I just want to be that resource that people can utilize if they need it to be able to talk and to be able to communicate, man. Like, that feeling of being alone, it could really get to you, when you don't have nobody to talk to, or where you feel like you don't have anybody that's truly supporting you. And I don't want anybody to really feel like that. It's so many people that, I'm not going to say the word because I don't know if, they'll shut my live off, but it's so many people that may put themselves in a position to not be here anymore just because they feel like they're alone. And that's what I'm trying to get to. I want people to understand that they're not the only ones going through certain things. They're not the only ones that feels this sense of loneliness, or may feel like, life isn't going their way, or they're behind the curve, or just like not where they need to be. I feel like that in my life too at times. There's times where I feel alone. There's times where I feel like I could be doing more and should be doing more. But I feel like that's where that sense of accountability should come in, and being able to look yourself in the mirror and make a decision that you're not going to live with this form of, just that victim mindset that a lot of people have. That's probably one of the most important things I would say that helped me along my growth journey, was just eliminating the victim mindset. Just completely just getting rid of the whole, like, pointing the finger and blaming somebody for where I'm at. Nobody's to blame, man. And this will always be something that hinders your growth. Because at the end of the day, nobody's responsible for you. Nobody's responsible for me. If I wake up tomorrow and I don't do anything with myself, nobody is going to force me or make me or motivate me to do better. I'm a grown man, and for a lot of y'all that's watching, y'all grown as well. So, you can completely understand that. But, at times it's just going to take certain sacrifices. That's why I feel like it's important for at least, once in your life, at some point during your journey, that you go ghost. I have my personal experiences and my fair share of it, but I definitely feel like it's something that I need to experience again. Just because being in that limelight, being put in a position where you're outside or you're just constantly communicating with people back and forth and you going out, it really just doesn't do anything for me. And I don't know if any of y'all can relate to that, but I'm just not big on, like, I'm just not all that social when it comes to people, unless, it's people that's like-minded, it's people that want to grow and advance and do more with their lives, or even people that you may have something in common with. But that's why I feel like we got to have friendships that serve us a purpose. The people that we have around us, they do dramatically impact our lives, and you may not realize that right away. You're going to have to let some people go. That's just the way that life is. It can be long-term friends that you may have had since middle school, but as you grow older, as you become more wise, you realize that your morals may not be aligned with people that you've been around your whole life. So there's no need for you to continue to waste time being stuck in this position where you may be comfortable if it's not serving you a purpose. We have to put our energy into things that actually serve us, things that we know that we're going to get rewarded for. Everything I do on the daily basis, everything I do that I allow my time to be invested in, my energy, I know that I'm going to get a return on that investment. When I wake up and go to the gym, I know that I'm getting a return on that investment. I'm working on my body. If I'm reading, I know that I'm getting a return on that investment. If I'm doing YouTube, I understand that, people actually need this at some point, so I'm getting a return on that investment. It makes me feel whole knowing that I can be that vessel or that resource that people can utilize. So I allow myself to be put in a position where my whole life revolves around like investing and allowing myself to be rewarded for certain things that I choose to put my time in. And you can tie this into love. You can tie this into absolutely anything. We have to be very intentional with our time and our energy. Yeah. But yeah, that's a little something that I've been dealing with, just like everybody else. It's not, a crazy big deal, but, I'm somebody that's very, how you say, I'm just very open-minded when it comes to life. So I try to view things from as many different perspectives as I can. I put myself in other people's shoes just so that I can gain a better sense of clarity and make proper decisions. And then even times where you may be emotional, I feel like it's important for us to take ourselves out of our shoes and really ask ourselves, are we making a logical, like a rational decision? And if so, then so be it. And if not, then that's just something that we have to pay close attention to, because that may be a weakness. That may be something that could jeopardize everything that we have going on if we allow it to, for sure. But, it happens. But life is good, man. Life is always good. I'm very blessed. I've always been, the type to try to see the best in everything. And for any of y'all watching, I hope that you wake up and you look at the things around you and you realize just how blessed you truly are. You may not necessarily be where you want to be in life, but I guarantee there's things around you, or you have, even if it's your mom, your dad, something around you that you can be thankful and understand that you're blessed. You know what I'm saying? Even at my lowest moments in my life where I may not have had nothing, I always, gave thanks to God, and I always was very vocal on how appreciative I was of just those things because I've seen worse. That's why I'm never sad, man. Like, I'm never too low for too long, just because there's just so much to be thankful for. There's so much life to live. There's so much gratification to show for the things that we acquire, like just being able to wake up and do what you want. There's people right now that are in prison for life, and they will never be able to just walk freely again. Like, I don't know. It's really hard for me to be low for too long just because of little things like that. There's people out here that aren't physically able to walk and to do things that I may be able to do or y'all may be able to do. So it's like, that's why I don't allow myself to just sit and just complain about nothing that I may go through in life, because the first thing that I take into account is the fact that it can be worse. Just having the wisdom to understand that just puts you in a completely different headspace, because in reality, it could be worse. It definitely could be worse. But I had a friend that was supposed to join too, but I don't think they joined. That's why I did this live for them, because they were like, man, I missed the last one. So I was like, I gotta go live, man, so we could chop it up. I could see how everybody doing. But I don't think they joined this one. They might have missed it. They're probably at work or something. Crazy. But on that note, man, finna get ready to wrap it up. Where I'm at, it's probably like almost 7. I love y'all, and I appreciate all the support once again. I'm always gonna vocalize how thankful I am. If any of y'all want any of that merch that I'm probably gonna give away for free, y'all see the video drop, let me know. I'll send some of it out. Matter of fact, let me go get one of these. I'll show y'all what one of the shirts look like. Hold on. Actually, this ain't the shirt. This is one of the the sweatshirts, but this is the first ever drop that I dropped for my brand, and really it's a really good quality shirt. The design is just a little different, but you know, it's still pretty cool. If y'all interested in something like this, for the people that subscribe and really mess with me and support me, man, I got y'all. But you know, it's just pretty much like a what is this? It says the Blues clothing, and then it's just like some graphic on the front, but it's a pretty thick hoodie or sweatshirt, definitely good quality. So if y'all want any of that, I got y'all, man. Y'all already know. But I'm gonna be giving a lot of these away to the homeless. I'm probably gonna give like I said, like 30 of them away. I also have t-shirts. I have so much merch that when I started my brand with, I just bought everything in bulk without the experience on actual marketing. So I'm gonna give those away if y'all want one. Tech, if you want one, bro, let me know. And let me know your size or whatever. You can email me, hit me on the Discord, and I'll definitely send you out one within the next week or so. I got you. But like I said, man, I appreciate y'all. For any of y'all that watch this live later, if y'all do, or if y'all interested in any of these, I'll probably have sizes small through, I think, 2X, so double XL. If y'all need any of that, man, yeah, let me know. I love y'all, and I appreciate the support so much. I'm going to start trying to go live at least once a week again, just because I actually like interacting with y'all, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And that's what we gonna do. That's the journey we on. And Tech, he said, you got a website for your brand? Yeah. If you look in the description, my brand's Instagram should be in there. So you could click on the website. Everything is sold out on there though, besides my new drops. So for these stuff, the stuff that I'm gonna do for the giveaway is not on the website. It's something that, you know, I'll give back. You know, I'm not trying to get no money from nobody. I don't want, it's not about the money. I'm gonna give a lot of them away to the homeless too, and just give back a little bit if I can. So, you know, but if you do want one, hit me on the Discord, and I love y'all and I appreciate y'all so much. It's your boy Blue Jay Tay. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I got a video dropping for y'all tomorrow. Peace.